Hey, what's going on, guys? Super Mega Man here. Just wanted to bring you guys a quick video, and I'm going to give you guys a GameStop horror story, quote unquote. So, it was the day that GameStop's website crashed because of amiibo. Everyone remembers probably that day. It was all over the news. Everything was crazy about it. Like, people weren't getting pre-orders for their Ness amiibo, and it was just insane, and it was crazy. So, basically, I got home from school. I knew that they were holding pre-orders, and I go rush to my dad and say, Dad, my favorite Smash Bros. Character is getting an amiibo and it's exclusive to GameStop, and they have pre-orders today starting at 3 o'clock. So we dashed out as fast as we could. I called before I dashed out, and they said, yeah, but we're probably going to sell it before you get here, which obviously I doubted that at the time. So I go there, and there's a line. I'm sitting there. Each person, it takes like 30 minutes. And finally, we get to this one person. This kid and his mom. And instead of buying the 6-pack, they wanted 5 out of the 6 of amiibos. And everyone was just complaining because it takes forever to add them to the cart. So everything started selling out. And eventually it was my turn. And all they had left was Ness, Pac-Man, and they didn't get Charizard because they were because it came back in stock. So I got those 3, and I asked, hey, can I have another Ness because I wanted one in-box and out-of-box? And they tried, and they said, oh, sorry, we have so many people, and we don't really want to try now, but we could, but it's just not right. So I'm like, okay. And so we decided to go to our mall GameStop, and we don't really like that GameStop so much. So when we get to that GameStop, we get online, and here's where the story comes in. We get online, and I'm like, so can I pre-order a Ness amiibo? And they say sure, and I start talking a lot, and then I accidentally say that I got one from another GameStop because we were allowed to get 2, supposedly, said the other one, but they just didn't want to because there were other people waiting online, and that it's not fair if someone just gets 2 and the other person gets none. So it's like, oh no, if I sell you another Ness amiibo, I'm gonna get fired. And it's like, I'm like, the other GameStop in I'm not saying a location, but they said that we could buy it. We could buy 2, and say, oh no, that GameStop is wrong. And my father starts talking to him, trying to tell some lies, and even though it's 1 per person, he still won't sell one to my father, even though I already got one, which doesn't make sense to me because it's not 1 per household, it's 1 per person. So we ask, hey, can we see a manager? And he's like, our manager's out, and I'm technically the manager for now. He's like, so can we speak to the real manager? And he's like, sure. So we get on the phone with the real manager, and we're fighting with him, and the manager says no, and we're like, forget it. And it was just a terrible day, and I was like, why? We're just like, why is this happening? Like, we should be able to pre-order another one if a different GameStop said so. Like, they should be telling their employees that, like, you could only, GameStop should have said something, like, corporate should have said, you're only allowed to So 1 amiibo per person, per amiibo, or per household, or anything along those lines. But if the GameStop that I trust and that has good people there says that I could have pre-ordered too, I believe them over the mall GameStop, which we don't like so much. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys like this GameStop horror story. Leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys next time.